high that certain people can't even be around you because your energy is so strong. Vibrate so high that anybody that's wishing to do evil upon you, it shall be revealed. Vibrate so high that any evil entity feels uncomfortable in your presence. Vibrate so high that certain people can't even be around you because your energy is so strong. Vibrate so high that anybody that's wishing to do evil upon you, it shall be revealed. Vibrate so high that any evil entity feels uncomfortable in your presence. Vibrate so high that certain people can't even be around you because your energy is so strong. Vibrate so high that anybody that's wishing to do evil upon you, it shall be revealed. Vibrate so high that any evil entity feels uncomfortable in your presence. Vibrate so high.
Salute, man. We back at it. It's my boy. Jai's in the building. It's Cross, man. Hey, man, y'all go check out Krossyourheart brand, man. We doing big things. We're blowing up. I appreciate y'all. Today, we're doing something a little bit different, man. We're going to do the live reaction to salute to my homeboy, Creepy Tales. Creepy Tales, hey, man, he about to drop his own YouTube page. But we're going to get into the interrogations. But I want to say first and foremost, salute to everybody coming in. And salute to my man, Ja. Salute to you, Ja.
Salute my brethren. You already know. Salute to the chat.
Salute.
Of course.
Salute to people coming in here, people that's going to be coming in here. I appreciate y'all coming in here. So we got a crazy one. So we're going to start with this one. I want to hear what Ja got to say. One, this is about a young girl. This is an interrogation thing. Blew my mind. So interrogation, the mother's there, and the mother has done the unthinkable, but she's trying to lie to the police. So let's get into that. Let's see what they say.
Today they began introducing evidence that supports that theory. He described the cleaning products on the counter, the smell of solvents, and the wet towels that he collected. All of this suggests that Sierra Day and Deonta Lewis tried to cover their tracks before calling 911 to report Anaya wasn't breathing.
Anaya Day Garrett was a bright, intelligent child whose smile lit up a room. Well-behaved and affectionate, Anaya was loved by all who knew her, except perhaps by the person who should have loved her the most. Anaya's mother, Sierra Day, was a woman who liked things clean and orderly, two things that were not always compatible with a toddler. She also believed in strict discipline. Family members and workers at the daycare Anaya attended began to notice troubling marks on her body, made all the more serious by Anaya telling them that her mother was responsible. Although she was reported multiple times, Day was always easily able to make the caseworker believe that nothing was wrong. In 2017, Day reconnected with a high school friend, Deonta Lewis, and the two soon began to date and ultimately moved in together. Day's treatment of Anaya escalated, and she began to keep Anaya hidden from relatives and other acquaintances. On March 11th, 2018, 911 responded to a call stating that her daughter was unresponsive. With horror, the emergency responders found the toddler horribly emaciated, with scald marks on her legs and a serious wound to her eye. Anaya was pronounced dead at the hospital. It was determined that she had died from a stroke brought on by starvation and abuse.
So I want to stop right there. You know what I'm saying? I got my man Ja in the building. So one of the questions that I have speaking on this is, okay, so we have a young kid that has died of basically lack of food, right? We got a child that's died of lack of food. So my question to you is, how do you feel about that so far? So this is a young woman who's got with a man, and this is in our culture. Again, I'm just speaking on our culture-wise of this is the scenario that's been played out.
Besides the broken bones, to be emaciated is, beyond malnutrition.
Come on, man.
Once the body goes into that stage, the organs start shutting down. So, just that neglect by itself, outside of the physical abuse. One thing we have to um, address is the fact that we're not a community. So as a community, you're able to identify those amongst us who have children but yet not qualified to have children. At one time in
Okay.
the Black community, baby showers were classrooms. That's where the older women would take a young mother and give her the foundation of motherhood. They will also
Oh,
have a communal determination of what type of help and assistance that mother would need, whether she was fit to evolve into a stage of motherhood. We lost that. So, being that we lost that, we've lost, that value, that culture, that element, which makes us, responsible and accountable for these type personalities in our community and in our families. We know we know who should and shouldn't be parents, and we know, a generation ago, those grandmothers and grandfathers and uncles and aunts would take over, for those
right.
deficiencies, those, you know, the ones that didn't have it right but had a child. So
Mm,
even if it was young in age, remember, the girl down the street that would, all of a sudden go down south for 2 years, you feel me? And or she would come up north for 2 years from somewhere down south, and you'd be like,
that's
yo,
right.
what you doing up here? You're a teenager, but they would have, teenage pregnancies. And at that time, the community
Right.
would, of course, support or take care of. And we have stopped taking care of each other, bro. We've become digitized in our minds. And so we depend
Mm.
on a system of electronics or what we call technology to take care of our situations when we should be taking care of our situations ourselves.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So I like the way you broke that down. So let's go a little bit more into it. Salute the people coming in, new people I see. Salute y'all as well. Salute, salute.
We have a lot of questions we want to ask you, but first I want to give you the opportunity to talk about why you're here and what led to you being brought in today.
Want to start? Oh, because I called the outlet today, which my dude that called because he was very concerned for my brother. My daughter had stopped breathing.
Okay.
He went to Red Lobster, which was Thursday, and it was the first time going there. And I had ate a lot. She ate.
Day immediately leads off by trying to establish that Ania recently ate a large meal. She knows she is about to be heavily scrutinized for her daughter's condition.
So I'm gonna ask you something. I like this, John. My man said she'll be heavily scrutinized by the food. So do you think Amina or Leah, whatever her name was, young girl, you think she even went with her mama? Why would she say they went to Red Lobster and had a nice meal? Why would she say that?
Well, she emphasized that to absolve herself from further criticism, future criticism, because
Okay.
she already knew the condition. Like, and plus, who takes their child to Red Lobster on a double date? No, I don't do that. So if you
Come
deal
on,
with
come
other,
on.
if you deal with
Break
other
it down.
people, if you deal with other people, why are you gonna have your daughter with you there with other adults? That's not what you would do. As a matter of fact, you wouldn't even go to that restaurant if your daughter was present. You would go somewhere less
See,
personal.
that's why that's why I felt too. I was like, there's no way that a person would. Why would you take your kid unless they like seafood just to Red Lobster? It sounded like you and your man just wanted to go to Red Lobster. That
Yeah,
what it sound like to me.
well, your man was taking you to Red Lobster. That's what happened.
Oh, I
Your man
like
took
it.
you to Red
I
Lobster,
like it.
and because of that, you're all that admitting or injecting your daughter was at the Red Lobster having a big meal. That's going to further go to show that your ass was lying. And because if you lie about
Right.
that, And if you're lying about that, it don't matter whether you say it don't matter whether she went to Red Lobster and ate the whole menu. She was already in this condition where her body couldn't eat a lot. See, when you're emaciated, even when it comes to the recovery of such, your body has to go through a process in order to be able to digest food properly again. So, now that's why she died.
Like that.
That's why she died. Her organs shut down.
I like that. Let's keep going. I like that.
What do you call them? It was like pasta spaghetti with what do you call it? Pasta spaghetti with pasta spaghetti. Not it's not crab legs, but it's shrimp. With shrimp, and she had some other stuff or whatever. But she was doing fine when we was there. She was having a good time. When we left, we went home as a family, sat down, watched movies and stuff. And I started acting weird after we gave her like snacks and stuff. She threw it back up. So I called the nurse hotline, which is a 24-hour line or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I said I was very concerned. We left Red Lobster. I want to know why is my daughter throwing up. She said it could be a stomach virus. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay. And to my knowledge, I know Anaya's not allergic to nothing. So what I did, I gave Anaya ginger and I gave her Tylenol. Mm-hmm. She threw that back up. So I just laid her down. Because I just assumed it was probably some virus. And the nurse was like, just let her lay down. She probably just want to rest. But then come Friday, and I was still pretending to do the same thing. And also Thursday night, she peed on herself. Okay. And then I normally go to the bathroom. That was awkward to me. She did that twice.
When did you call the nurse?
I called Thursday.
So my question to you, Ja, why would it take for you to call at 4-month-old, you know what I'm saying, to call a nurse when as a mother, you should know that the mama, you know, the mother should know that shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm different. What do you think?
You said 4-month-old.
Yeah, that's what the baby was. That's what she's insinuating. That's what she's insinuating. That the baby was 4-month-old. But she said the baby was. That's what's blowing my mind. So they said she was very meticulous.
Nah.
What do you think about that?
None of that makes sense. The baby can't be 4 months old. Yeah. 4 months old at Red Lobster. Like, nah, eating pasta.
Right.
Nah, there ain't something wrong with that one.
That's what. Yeah. See, all that. Like, come on, bro. Like,
no 4-month-old. Yeah, no 4-month-old infant is going to be eating, digesting, biting, chewing. You know how hard it is to chew pasta? Can't be chewing pasta with no teeth anyway.
That's crazy. Let's keep going.
Make no sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Surely the baby got to be a little bit over 14.
But you're starting calling.
Just Google Watch, call the 24 nurse hotline.
Okay, keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So then on Friday, I told my dude, I'm like, well, just go buy some pull-ups because I don't want to keep wasting her pennies and her clothes or whatever. So he went to go do that. And then Anaya, we fed her, I think it was like Kim's like French fries or whatever. She threw that back up. And I'm like, babe, I don't know what's going on because Anaya had never threw up this much. She just kept throwing up. And I'm like, I don't want to keep throwing up because it can make her lose weight. Mm-hmm.
Day makes another reference to Ania's weight, even though a recent bout of stomach illness would not come close to causing the child's physical state, which he was admitted to the hospital.
We kept trying to feed her, and that didn't work. I'm like, I don't want to keep stuffing her because she easily choke. I was concerned because she wasn't taking her down, so I did it again. I gave her some Tylenol, and my dude gave her some ginger ale. That didn't hold, whatever. So come Saturday or whatever, Anaya threw up again. I'm like, babe, I'm very, very concerned or whatever. So he was like, just let her lay down or whatever. So we let her lay down. He went to the store and got her some soup.
What time was that?
Saturday. He had got her Saturday.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, maybe she could take the soup down. I'm like, I don't want to keep giving her ginger ale, but he was like, we just give her ginger ale. I gave her ginger ale and I gave her some water. And she threw that back up.
Okay. And you're saying my dude, but you're talking about your boyfriend, right?
Boyfriend.
What's your boyfriend's name?
Deontay.
Okay. You can spell it.
D-E-D-E.
I'm gonna stop right there, John, because I'm a little upset. She said her boyfriend told him to give him ginger ale and water. Her as a mother, your child has been throwing up for the last 2 days and won't, but you claim she ate Red Lobster the day before. But ever since then, she's been throwing up food, and she won't hold food, nor was she barely drinking the water as a 4-month-old.
Everything she say is shaky, bro. Everything she said, her whole explanation, especially the emotional compass. Like
Now break that down. Break that down for everybody.
See, like when something bad happened to you, something traumatic happened to you, and you're not guilty of it, psychologically, there's an involuntary reaction to it. And this behavior, this body language has to coincide with your activity, tonal, pitch of speech. If it doesn't coincide and match, police or investigators automatically know right away there's something detached from truth. And her whole entire expression isn't in cohesion with someone that had a traumatic experience. You got to remember, this is your child. So if you're reliving it and you're without guilt, then the emotional reaction is totally different, and the emotional reaction coincide with the explanation. If there's any disruption or confusion in your expression, then surely it's clearly seen as being an emotionally conjured blunder rather than you trying to think or be witty in a situation of guilt. And it's clear that her explanation doesn't match her emotional standing. It's
off. It's skewed.
Yeah, it's
like they say, it's skewed.
It's a
All
problem.
right, let's keep going. Yeah, it's skewed.
O-N-T-E.
Listen to this.
L-E-W-S.
Okay. All right, so then what happened?
So come Saturday or whatever, he was like, just let her rest, don't bother her. I'm like, I'm very concerned because Anaya has never acted like this, retaining whatever she ate, whatever. I'm like, it could be allergic actually, but I was notified when she was born, she wasn't allergic to nothing.
Okay.
But come Saturday, she was like, Mommy, I got a boo-boo. So I walked her to the bathroom and I sat on the toilet. I'm like, babe, we got to do something. Either we call the paramedics, because I don't know what to take it from this point or whatever. So she sat on the toilet. My dude was making a chicken noodle soup, and I was getting a little more ginger ale, and I put a little more Tylenol in the ginger ale a little bit. We noticed a boom, and I fell to the floor.
The wounds on Ania would be the next concern, and Day tries to explain those away by claiming Ania fell and hit the floor. The main problem with this story is that Ania wouldn't have hit the ground with enough force to cause that injury. The second problem is that she and Lewis did not get their story straight, and he told the detective that Ania fell and hit her eye on the tub. I recently released another highly intense video.
Let me fast forward that. So she's claiming the boy said he hit her, the baby hit his eye on the tub, but there's 6 other injuries to the baby's head. Help me out, Jack.
Man, I mean, let's just say it nicely, professionally. Pure abuse, man. Just blatant abuse.
My thing, what bothers me is the fact that they can get on they're being interrogated, not alive, there's an interrogation going on. And the simple fact is this woman's lying, know that she's being recorded. That's what bothers me about people like that. Like they feel like ain't nobody that smarter than them or something. I don't know. That.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Whenever you commit a crime, And the crime, whether it's thought out or not, you believe that you're smart enough to get away with it.
Facts.
So it's a contest. That's why I said her mistake is that this has been so well thought out that you're guilty.
Right.
If you weren't, you still would be in submission to your emotion. You understand? You wouldn't be able to control. You wouldn't be able to control certain tones of expression and explanation. You know, behavioral scientists sit down and watch this, and then they teach law enforcement at a higher level in criminology how to identify these characteristics when engaging someone psychologically, because that's all an interrogation is.
Right.
It's an active exercise into the prying of your mind by force and threat, of course. That's what makes you so-called nervous in interrogation, because it's by force and threat. However, when you're innocent, you can easily explain yourself with a different type of vigor, versus that when you're guilty, you're careful, you're laden with your words. And you can hear her speaking contradictory statements. And she hasn't even engaged in a lot of talk yet.
That's right. That's what blew my mind. Yep.
Yeah, like if the child is 4 years old and you got them at Red Lobster eating pasta, when pasta is not something easy to eat when you're emaciated.
No, it's not.
And it's definitely something that you're not going to eat when you're an infant. However, though, if you do eat something like that, which I seriously doubt, because you can only eat a small amount. It's like when you fast sometimes I fast for a certain period of days in a row, right? And in that, at the end of that, when I fast from Thursday evening to Sunday, and I only have a clear liquid after the sun go down, when I eat on Sunday, I don't care how big or how hungry I believe that I am. There's only a certain amount of small portions that I can digest and consume at that eating, at that setting, as a grown man.
Yeah.
So I would eat child proportions at the end of that fast so that I can enjoy my meal and not have, or what we would call have an upset stomach or get sick or cram food into my digestion system, which would be dangerous as well. So that child did not eat what she said that child ate. Not to mention, I don't believe she took that child either to Red Lobster with them, as well as her party that she was with. So she's inconsistent. She's consistently lying. And it's simple and plain. She should have not been in authority over the life of a child and someone else in her life. That's my point when it comes to us. Someone else in her life should have stepped in as a community or a family. Took their child from her. Look, go live your life. Go do what the hell you're going to do. Give us her so she can have a fair opportunity and chance.
Right. That's
See,
crazy.
That's what we should do.
All right.
Okay, once you got in the house, who's coming home with you on a Thursday night from Red Lobster?
Just me, Deontay, and I.
You, Deontay, and I am? Okay. And then you're in the house. When is the next time that you leave the house?
The next time, I don't remember. Oh, he left to go get pull-ups.
When was that?
Friday or Thursday, because she started cleaning on herself.
Okay, now you're saying maybe it was Thursday?
I don't remember the exact day. I just noticed my daughter started cleaning herself, and I just told my
daughter. Hey, Cross, stop right there, Cross.
Because I didn't want to waste her clothes or pennies that she put on.
Okay. So we need to go get blood, do you think?
She said it was Saturday earlier.
Facts.
Word up. That's why they asked her again. Like, you sure? Because they just got you on recording telling you what you did. What happened? You told her everything happened and fell apart on Saturday when it came to her peeing on herself. Now you reiterate and say the last time he left the house was on Friday or Thursday to go get pull-ups when she started peeing on herself. See, that's bullshit. They got her. And that's why they shouldn't be asking no more questions. Take your ass in the back of the jail. And don't worry about the front. You ain't gonna see it no more.
No, you're absolutely right, John. That's why I said it's crazy when you start breaking these interrogations down and people don't realize that. That's why I said let's keep going. I like this.
Maybe Thursday or maybe Friday. Friday night. Who do you guys all sleep in the house on Friday night?
Mm-hmm.
What about Thursday night at Red Lobster? Everyone sleeps in the house. I'm just trying to make a timeline of where everyone was at what time.
Yeah.
Okay. So Thursday night, overnight, everyone's in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say everyone, I mean you, Beyonce, and I.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Friday night, the same?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you leave the house at all? Bless you. Did you leave the house at all between Thursday night getting home from Red Lobster?
No.
Okay, what about
I stayed in the house.
Saturday?
Stayed in the house. She started acting weird, so with no problem going nowhere.
Did you ever leave the apartment Thursday besides Red Lobster?
I never went to go check my mailbox. That's about it.
Okay. What about Friday?
See, I'm gonna stop right there, Job. That don't even make sense. So you ain't went nowhere since Thursday, and then Saturday you decide, man, I'm so mad. I'm trying to stay professional. I'm trying.
Bro, how do you go to Red Lobster on Thursday, but don't go nowhere else until Saturday?
So Saturday, your dude tells you.
Not even to the mailbox in the supermarket. Now,
man.
Now, perhaps they live in an area that's cold and snowy and of that nature, perhaps.
Right.
But anything other than that, your ass is going outside. You stupid for even saying that to somebody. You don't even think
what's
like,
so we got 233 in the building, man. I know we just started these lives. 233, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. We breaking this down. I appreciate y'all coming in here, sliding through 235. Appreciate y'all sliding through. Me and John breaking this down. Again, this is an interrogation about a mother who neglected her child. Her child passed away. And like me and John said, there's no empathy in none of this. For her to claim she lost a baby, this is crazy. So let's keep going.
Friday or Saturday, did you ever leave the apartment?
No, like I said, she was acting weird, so it wasn't funny to leave it.
What about yesterday, Sunday? Did you leave the apartment at all? Okay, so you never leave. What time did you guys put Anaya to bed on Saturday night?
We put her to bed as soon as she started doing the same thing. I don't remember at all. I don't remember what time I put her to bed. I don't remember at all.
Okay, you said you put her to bed as soon as she started doing the same thing. What does that mean?
Throwing up. No, stay down.
I'm gonna stop right there, Job. I gotta stop right there. So she said, imagine your baby throwing up. And she said, well, she did the same thing she did the other night. She said, so I went ahead and put her to bed. Now I'm gonna ask you something, John. As a parent, we men, if you saw your son right now throwing up for the last 2 days, would you tell him to go lay down and go to bed?
He don't have to throw up for 2 days. All he has to do is throw up repetitively. Once he throw up more than once, the body's going to begin dehydrating. I got to make a move. And if I can't handle it at home, I gotta take him to some urgent care.
Now, what a lot of people on the internet world don't know that your son is an adult, but he's a young adult. So now, let's say a 4-month-old. Wouldn't you think that a parent, a mother, forget the dude because the real daddy ain't there. I'm gonna go and keep it real. Real daddy ain't there. Boyfriend there. That ain't his kid.
Hey, he a man though. He taking a Red Lobster. So guess what?
Come on.
Somebody. I keep telling you, if she not responsible, you know she ain't picked nobody responsible.
Yeah.
She just tells lies, bro. And be in her stage of irresponsibility, like she accepted, her child's death. She's comfortable with it.
That's deep.
If you can discuss that in that manner, without any emotional frustration and discord, bro.
Yeah, she didn't cry. The whole interrogation, she won't cry. She didn't break down. They had to go,
not even
ma'am,
crying.
do you need to get some water? Anything.
Not even crying. Having the natural emotional reaction to the discussion.
I like the way you said that. Say that. Hold on. Say that one more time. Where the truth always tells. She had a what? She had a natural.
She had what we call an unnatural emotional reaction to that discussion.
No,
there's no
the reason why I said natural, and I said reiterate that because that's what she felt. That's her natural capability. She reacted only what nature responded to. That's just my way, right?
Right.
That's the way I look at it. I look at it. You're being 100% right when you say people. We got to remember what we might think is not natural could be natural. So her natural response was to make up all these other excuses. Decide I don't know. I don't know if she was mad at her baby daddy. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm a little upset about this, so I don't know.
Man, the hell with that.
So let's keep going. Let's see what she said.
She's deserving of a conviction, period.
Fact. Let's see what they say.
Was it dark out when you put her to bed on Saturday night?
Yeah.
Day won't even attempt to give an exact time for most of the events over the course of several days. She doesn't know where the restaurant is located or what time of day she went, other than it may have been close to sunset. She can't even keep track of when she put her daughter to bed, something which is usually done on a schedule and should be easy to answer. Her evasiveness is troubling.
Okay. How did you do overnight Saturday night sleeping?
Well, I didn't even hear nothing. Everything was cool. She did. Well, she could sleep, so.
What time did you go to bed?
Well, I stayed up and watched TV.
Do you know what time you went to sleep?
No. I go to bed at different times.
Okay.
Flag on the play. Now, like my man said, everybody got my kids have a consistent schedule. Even your son now, by how you showed him. At a certain time, he gonna turn the TV off and go to bed. Now, this woman said her daughter on Saturday was throwing up. But she said, I was up watching TV. The woman said, what time you went to bed? Now, to me, the answer would have been, once I saw my baby fall asleep. What's your opinion on that, John?
Man, she went to sleep when that high took her to sleep.
Come on, man. Let's talk.
That's what happened.
Let's speak, John.
She has no concern. To me, couldn't be my relative or associate.
Now I'm gonna ask you something, John. Again, we know this, and then we're not gonna negate this. As far as we see this in our culture, right? My question to you is, Was she? Does that sound like one? Was she even concerned about the well-being of that little baby and what time that baby went to sleep? If she don't know what time she went to sleep, you don't think you think she know what time that baby went to sleep?
She had no consideration for it, bro.
Man, that's sad.
Sad. It's sad but true.
Bothering.
Bro.
It's bothering,
Yeah,
bro.
like she had no consideration, bro. You can tell. That's why I said, like we gotta recognize what we're dealing with, our people. The biggest problem with our people is that we won't accept the fact that we are a people. And people are responsible for each other, bro. So we got a whole generation, man, that we didn't have any authoritative input within. And they've created a whole culture outside of our influence that's controlled by someone else. So we get these type of mindsets, attitudes, personalities, and results from such, behavior that's just irresponsible. We've been irresponsible, and we keep failing generation after generation, bro. Like the generation before us failed us by not making sure that we were active in our resistance, and we have failed the generation coming behind us because we weren't active in our resistance. And now we see what this produced, bro. And that's why it's upsetting and angering to us. But you got some people out there, some personalities that are, in agreement. Like, hey, she should be given another chance. See? Yeah,
well, speak on it now.
Hey, stuff. You'll hear some people say, man, shit happens, man. They ain't mean that. You hear all of these different.
Okay, I'm glad. Boy, you just hit it on the nail on the head with me. Hold on, Jock. You just hit it on the head with me, and that's my problem. That's where I'm frustrated, right? Because the average person will say the same thing. Man, you know what? Man, stuff happened, bro. You can't blame it. It was in the heat of the moment. So this whole thing we talking about with this child, most people would defend her and say, well, y'all don't realize how it is nowadays. And that bothers me, bro.
The only way you could defend her is that you were born in the Matrix. So if you're 30 or under, the only way you can surmise it, the only way you can create a thought in your mind that she had any validity in what she did is that you were born in the Matrix. That means you were born in an era at a time where the digital state controls your thinking process. That's simple.
Okay.
And that's easy because when you are in the virtual world, you don't really got real emotions. That's why she's emotionless. See, when you're in the real world.
So what you're trying to tell me is, in other words, she based her life off clout chasing.
She based her life off of the influence of a culture that includes clout chasing.
Jesus. All right, let's keep going now. Now you got my mind going. Let's keep going. Hit that like button.
What time did you wake up on Sunday?
Sunday, I woke up to when my dude said, "Do you smell this?" Which was what we smell in bed.
What time was that?
Around like in the evening.
I'm mad. Oh man, I'm mad.
Yeah.
I'm mad.
Yeah. Woke
Did
up
you hear what she just said, Jock?
Yeah, she woke up in the
bro,
evening.
What mother does that?
Listen, bro, the baby died last night and you woke up in the evening. That's what type of mother do it. The mother that party all night, the mother that get high, the mother that run the street, the mother that don't care, the mother that's not mother.
Okay, I like the way you said it. So can I say this? Can we give, even though earlier we're going to say the dude, I'm just saying the dude, I don't know him. Again, this is my opinion. This does not reflect Ja nor the channel. This is my opinion. Do you think the dude had more empathy for that baby? because
Facts.
she said the dude woke her up.
Facts. Not just that. The dude was trying to administer some type of care based upon what he knew. From the ginger ale on forward. However, he also
hold on. I want you to keep going. But was his mama different than her mama?
I'm quite well. It's not even about the mama, because I told you when you functioning based on the matrix, your biological parents, your physical parents, those who have provided for you, you don't see them as the authority of influence. That's why we have this generational divide, this generational gap. So when it comes to the influence of the parent, they're already resistant to that, because they believe that the internet provides them with a power of knowledge that supersedes the experience that your parent give you through wisdom.
Right.
So it's hard already. It's a conundrum that, we got to sift our way through in order to solve, just in order to deal with one person. But just imagine dealing with a whole population that's like that. That's why we got to, we as a community got to solve it. We can't speak as a concert, as a choir. Man, look, our individual solos would just be echoes.
I like that. Let's keep going. I like
that. You stayed in bed until the evening on Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
What time do you think the evening was?
The detective is skeptical that two adults would sleep until the evening and not check on a sick child they claim to be concerned about.
Steady.
What time do you think it was in the evening on Sunday?
I don't remember. I was more focused on the night and the way she was acting.
Okay. And when you say boo-boo, you mean feces, right?
It was watery.
Okay, but it's poop or extra feces, right? We're not talking about anything else, just because some people's word for boo-boo is.
I thought you were going to say it was like diarrhea or something.
Oh, okay. So you're just referring to the consistency of the stool, but we are talking about poop, stool, feces. You just call it boo-boo. Okay, just want to make sure that we're referring to the same body excretion. Okay, so you think it was evening on Sunday when he said that?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And then what did you guys do after he said you smell boo-boo?
Got up. Notice I told you it looked like she was just moving around as if she didn't feel good or whatever. Put her in the tub. I had to take her hair down because she had boo-boo in her hair.
Mm-hmm. What was her hair like before you took it down?
I had pigtails, ponytails.
How big are her ponies?
Like I had about 7 in her.
Because they're so like little ones. Mm-hmm. She has pretty short hair.
Little. No, it's when you put conditioner before your hair to get curly. I do hair to get curly. Her hair get real curly.
So their pigtails were longer than what?
No, and that's what anybody hair. That's what my hair too. When you put conditioner in kids' hair, anybody hair, it curls up and looks short. My hair doesn't look short when I put conditioner in there.
Okay.
I put shampoo in this conditioner. It's called to make your hair get short, but it's not short.
I got you. I understand. Okay. Okay. And then you tried to wash her up after she.
No, I didn't wash her up.
You did wash her up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was boo-boo in the bed.
And then what happened after you had to wash her up from the boo-boo on her?
I put the filler back on, wipe it down with cocoa butter. Put a little cocoa butter at the top of her forehead.
Mm-hmm. And how long did you, how long after giving her a bath, how long did she seem okay?
I mean, she wasn't acting like her normal self. I know she was still sick for her,
mm-hmm.
but she was doing good, okay. But she wasn't doing okay. I knew she wasn't okay though.
Got a question for you, John. Her knowing as a mother she was not okay. Explain to me how can you tell another woman you was not you knew that your baby was not okay, but your goal was I wiped it down and I put baby cocoa butter on. Man, this shit got me mad.
Yo, how can you say that with no emotion? Like there's no way that I
See?
can repeat the behavior that I had before I lost my child, man, and not be
See?
emotionally distraught. Like there's, even if I'm not falling the hell out on the floor, angry as hell in some manner, I like I'm a man, bro. I can only
It's for
imagine.
anything.
There's no way I can explain it in a clear voice. Like the rage of loss. Like I can't even imagine how I would begin. You understand, bro?
And here's my thing. During this whole conversation, not one time did we hear a tone change in her voice.
Even
Like,
if
I
I
would
was
hear like
guilty,
crackling in the voice.
even if you
Yeah,
guilty,
crackling in
bro,
the voice.
there has to be
Something.
some experience. Like, but like I said, I can't expect that from which that doesn't have it. And we
Yeah.
know, and I could just explain, this generation, bro, in the last, like 25, 26, 27 years, society has been engineered to be a certain way. And
Yeah.
that's why things are so gory, things are so bloody, and like things are different now. Like when we seen trauma in the street, it was a little bit different.
Right.
Now it's reckless, it's blatant, it's unapologetic, and her whole demeanor is unapologetic. Like, all right, it happened, and this is how it happened, and as if it's not her child.
Yeah.
You
That's why I'm
understand?
confused. That's why I'm confused. Like the detachment alone. Maybe because she was mad at the son's father and she got a new guy. Where, and a lot of times in situations like that, even though that the mother that had a child by another dude would hold her on, meaning as in it wouldn't just disconnect from the child. They might
Well,
hate the child or get mad and say you just like your daddy. You do stuff like your daddy, like in a hateful way. But they'll just, the way I feel like she just disowned her child. That's my personal opinion.
man, I think she got my man caught up in something that he probably didn't understand and wanted to be with.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
because remember now, they both get in charge with that beating and abuse.
That is true now.
Because he said that she fell in the sink, the tub or sink. That's inconsistent with the type of wound it is.
Yes, it is.
Meaning that if somebody hits you, it's a different type of wound than you falling and hitting something. Both
Fact.
can create severe trauma. However, they both leave distinct markings that are different. So he lied.
Yeah.
He lied by saying whatever he was either told to say or he made up and said, and either what he told her to say or she told him to say. Either way,
Right.
they both were inconsistent with what was testified and given. And because of that, the emotional value is where she has lost it. Like, bro, in real talk, you couldn't question my sister about her child dying in her care without her losing it emotionally.
Right. That's real
She would have
talk.
lost it. She would have lost it on every level, and her levels of emotion would fluctuate, bro. She would go from the sorrowful horror of having to experience that whole thing all over again, that trauma all over again, and then the fact of the matter, she get angry at the fact that she got to experience it and got to explain it to the person
Yeah.
that's questioning her. So all of those emotions were absent, and because of that, that's just to begin with. Because even after that, she goes into a state of remorse that the fact that it actually happened to her anyway. that it happened at all. It happened to her. So those stages, she ain't going through none of that shit. So that means you despondent, nigga. That ain't. It's like it's not even your child. So that stuff happening is very believable. It's very believable.
No,
And
that
it's just a
makes
shame.
sense.
It's a shame that we haven't identified it to save the life of a child that's innocent, you know. So what
I
we
like
have
the
to
way
do
you
is,
said that.
yeah, we got to prevent that person from ever doing that again. So the first thing she should do, if she was in the original land, she would lose the right to have children again. That's a surgery that they all be taking anyway. You should have just had that surgery instead of killing the child. Should have did that from the beginning. But no, you a dingbat.
Yeah. No,
So
that's real talk. I
that
ain't
should
looking
be
at it like that.
yeah, that should be the first thing. You lose your right to have children. Now that you took a life that shouldn't have been taken from your own flesh and blood, you don't get the right to reproduce life no more. See, so now we take you to the table, snip, and then lock you up. See you in a lifetime of how long it would have took her to reach this age. However age you are is how long you go to jail for. See? Yeah. So you 25, you go to jail for 25 years. You come home when you're 50. Snip, no kids. Yeah.
Wow.
My motto is, yeah, that's my motto, man. You make a deal with the devil, and you got the right to live in hell.
No, it's a fact. Let's keep going. I like that.
What made you think she wasn't okay?
Because she wasn't like a hyper.
Mm-hmm.
Talkative. She's very talkative. She wasn't talkative.
Okay.
She would just be like, "Mommy, I'm sleepy. Mommy, I want to lay down."
Mm-hmm.
That's why I just figured like it was a virus or something. A stomach virus, like the nurse told me, it was like a stomach virus. The night is not allergic to something. I'm allergic to nothing.
Okay. Okay. So then, she didn't seem to be doing well. Wasn't herself. Said she was sleepy. She was doing a little bit okay. You knew she wasn't okay. And then, how long after that did you notice a change?
She wasn't responding for me.
How long? How long after you gave her a bath?
Only thing she kept saying when she was in the tub, "Mommy, I want to go to sleep. I want to lay down."
Mm-hmm.
So I just gave her. Only thing I never to give her was ginger ale, fruit, and Tylenol, because it's a stomach virus. I thought it was a stomach virus too because she boo-booed.
So, Ja, you still there?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So, what do you think so far?
Man, I think she's guilty of murdering her daughter. And I believe that, like I said, she done suckered homeboy into a situation that he has no experience and knowledge of. However, you're still culpable for your assistance.
That's a fact.
It's messed up. It's wrong.
Let's see if it'll pull it up. Oh. Gotta remove it. Oh, 1 sec. Let me play this, and then we'll get back to that. Oh. I don't know what's up with my audio. So yeah, so before I get back to playing this, so based off of that, like you said, Ja, uh, the question I got for you is that a cultural thing now we didn't got into or what?
Well, I think the culture, we're absent of culture. That's the definition of being uncivilized.
I'm with Cat and Cedric.
Right.
Move that. Sorry. Go ahead.
You know, one being uncivilized is a person who has lost the knowledge of himself and is living a beastful or animalistic way of life. And
okay.
And you can find that type of behavior in the animal kingdom, of course. It's just not supposed to be amongst human beings. The word human or human being is to be compassionate for life or compassionate to life. That's what it means to be humane, which is the foundation or the root of the word human. To be humane or to be a human being is to be compassionate to life. And when you lack that, you are then of the nature of the beast. You are of an animal, and therefore you be dealt with like an animal. That's why we're treated like animals by those who believe that we're lower at a lower level of life, form of intelligence, intellect, and being. So here we are.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play something a little different. I was gonna finish out that. We'll get back to part 2 of that because that's a good one, and y'all gonna trip when y'all hear the ending of it, right? But since I got Ja on here, we're speaking on his Black History Month. I'm gonna throw a little monkey wrench in the game. And before we go, I want to hear what Ja thinks about what this coach said to these young kids. I think these young kids are not aware of, right? So let's play that. Tell me what you think, Ja.
Can ruin your recruiting before it gets started.
So the question is, how does social media impact your recruiting? I can tell you this, when we get interested in a young man, the first thing we do is pull up his social media. Say it again. The first thing we do is pull up his social media. And if he's cussing on social media, if he's showing alcohol, guns, disrespecting women, anything that we don't want to bring home to our mothers as grown men, do we put a red line through the name and we move on that fast? You are done.
So let's stop right there. Ja, do these kids understand that's how they pick your resume nowadays off social media? The coach came out and said, the things we would not bring to our mother, you kids are posting it, and a lot of y'all are missing opportunity. Do you agree with him on that? And your mic's muted. Ja's not here yet, y'all.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm gonna play this back one more time, and I want your we're gonna play the whole thing.
Your recruiting before it gets started.
So the question is, how does social media impact your recruiting? I can tell you this, when we get interested in a young man, the first thing we do is pull up his social media. Say it again. The first thing we do is pull up his social media. And if he's cussing on social media, if he's showing alcohol, guns, disrespecting women, anything that we don't want to bring home to our mothers as grown men, do we put a red line through the name and we move on that fast? You are done. We don't look at your film. We don't look at your grades. As soon as we look at your social media, if we determine you're a dipshit, then we are done with you, right? And we don't go back, right? So
I'm gonna pause it right there. So, Ja, before we get out here, elaborate. We need to let these young kids know that is a head coach of a D1 school that said, I don't even care how good your grades is. If you on there, how you treating the women, how you abusing a substance, and if you're carrying any firearm, we automatically, I don't care if you're an A1 student, we mark your name out.
Yep. I told you they will use the matrix against you while you're living within it, bro. And it only shows they're using that to show the influence personality of our youth. Plain and simple. If you're up under the influence,
if you don't mind me, can you elaborate when you say one, you define two things? They will use the matrix against you, and
right. Well. Let's use another word.
I want you to answer. I want you to answer two parts. That's the first part. Second part is, do they realize one, the matrix does not define who your character is, but it defines your overall attributes in the internet world. So break that two part down.
Well, this is what they look for, as what we should look for. What influences your thought activity controls your decisions in your physical activities. More so short to say, whomever or whatever controls the diameter of your mind controls the circumference of your actions. So the internet, well, we'll say social media, the system that's been created. And that system creates an influence, and that influence design your thoughts. Your thoughts instruct your body. Your body is the result. So your actions are controlled and promoted by your influences. And that's what they're now going to use to judge. That's not, the school is not the only thing. They do that in employment.
That's a fact. So my question to you is, have kids lost the true meaning of perception? Because even when we were growing up, we knew that.
Perception has always been an illusion, bro.
Okay.
That's why they give you that oxymoronic statement of everyone's perception is their reality, or your reality is based on perception. That's not true. See, because you could be in jail, imprisoned with a freed perception of life. It doesn't allow you to be physically free.
I like the way you said that, because let's use people. We could be Crip Mac. Like right now, he's in prison. Or we can be Blueface. And we can be in prison. But like you said, perception would be is that we're free, but mentally we're not. Physically. Mentally we could be, but physically we're not.
And this is a conceived or a introduced or received perception, right? That all black males have to be tough and gangster. See, that's a cultural perception that's been implanted within our environment that has influenced us to do the most foolish and deadliest things based on the ideology or the theology of perception, when in reality, someone's showing us what's real every minute of the day.
So, okay, I like the way you said that. So us growing up, perception was, it was the D boy that had all the money. But then when you became a D boy, you realized, nigga, this ain't, we make it look easy. but we don't tell you everything that comes with the being a D-boy.
Right. Well, that's true. That was the back end of that influence. The front of that influence was that being a D-boy was the way to get the money to be able to be the guy that's in corporate business, that's successful in real business. So we followed the reality, and we had to use another method in order to chase that reality. But from that, when we failed at making it a reality, we created a cultural perception that the D-boy gets the money and the D-boy is that guy. But the D-boy fails when he failed to evolve above being a D-boy.
Okay.
So the D-boy wasn't responsible for the kids that he created, in other words. So we created a culture from that activity that we were doing in the 80s and early 90s. We created a culture that was untamed, unruly. And because of that, we got this result. On the other end, the D-boy was on one end, the drug addict was on the other end.
Okay, so look at this. We're going to go deep then. I was going to get off. I like the way it's going. 214 in the building. Let's go. Let's run it up.
3 Harlem kids born into poverty, into crack.
When we went to buy the bottles, we wasn't buying a pack. We would come out there with like, dollies, a whole bunch of shit. It was nuts. Wow. Get a motorcycle, buy a brand new bike with a crowd that do wheelies, crash it, and the next day go buy another motorcycle. That's who he was. Spent a lot of money on fireworks, thousands of dollars, 10,000, and just come uptown and light it up. But he liked it, that attention. And in the game, we don't need that. So I was always, it's crazy. You understand? Me and Rich want to stay as low off the radar as much as possible, man. But for some reason, he couldn't understand that, man.
So my question to you, just using that that clip, right? And they talking about Alpo.
Yeah, that's my history.
Is that just like how I mean? Right. That's just, is that what I'm asking you is comparison to nowadays where people use perception. Alpo was one of them, right? Your boy said, even though we know, I'm going to put this on the internet, allegedly, they came out and said your boy AZ was a rat. He kind of told a little bit. I don't know. I'm just going off allegedly. My question to you is based not off of that, but off of perception. He said, I didn't want to be in front of the limelight. Your boy wanted to be in front of everybody. Do you think that's the problem? Everybody has what I call the Alpo syndrome right now.
Yeah, we can call it what it really is called, the shinola, the Negro that want to shine. Like Alpo got that, he got that from the game was taught to you, bro, or you inherited the game by association. So men like myself, men like AZ, we were instructed in the game by being introduced to the game. And a lot of us was in the game from necessity. Whereas you had the personality, like we have right now that's doing anything for clout. That Alpo personality, which was, young, ignorant, and dumb, and wanted to be Nicky Barnes. You feel me? He didn't want to be Frank Matthews. He wanted to be Frank Lucas. You feel me? So he wanted to play the front line. And that's that Negroid mentality that we done adopted.
But what I'm asking you is, based off of what you just broke down, are we in that era?
Now we're in the mindset. We're not in the era. We're just in an advanced mindset of it. Now it's like passing cancer on. You feel me? That when it started in our bloodline and became a trait, that one person started with cancer in the liver. Now, here it is 200 years later, we got lung cancer, brain cancer, ovarian cancer. We got cancer. We got cancer in the pancreas and the prostate. Like we got all of these different cancers now because we never rid the body of the initial cancer. So now the cancer is in every form and every method. So we're dealing with that now on that level. So ain't nothing changed. It just has advanced itself because we haven't been fighting it. And that's why I said the generations have failed the generations.
Okay. Well, man, we had a great show today, man.
You already know, my brother.
We got it, and we'll go back into a part 2 and ending of the series of that interrogation. But what I want to do is bring forth what we were talking about. I don't know. That's the question I bring John here is I know he, like me, is into the community, but my thing is like, where are we going right now? Like, I don't know. I'm confused. Even though we all have the same mind frame and the agenda to say, hey, we want better. Is that true? Or is that us just, I don't know, selling a widget? I hate to say it.
I think it's like this, bro.
And salute EB, and that's just my honest opinion, John. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It bothers me, bro. Like that's why when me and you talk offline, and I hear it and I do it as far as with the kids, but when you go to somebody else and you say, hey, this is what I'm doing, X, Y, Z, that it's like in our community, they're not excited about that, right? So you're explaining something and you're running it down, but they don't have the same nostalgia you have. So then what happens is when you try to initiate these people, they're not receptive. So then you ask yourself, are you just a great salesman at that point? Or are they just a bunch of bullshit? I hate to say it, bro. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm just trying to figure this out.
I figured it out. I figured it out. And the most paralyzing aspect of knowing the solution is that those that need the solution don't know they need it, refute it, deny it, and will try to harm and kill you because of it. So when you look at that, imagine playing 3-card Monte, right? But somebody tie your hands behind your back, then put a blindfold over your eye, and then put a gag on your mouth. That's how Black people are functioning in this system or environment arena that we call America. And there's a 3-step process to us changing our reality, bro, to prevent these type things from happening in our community. The first thing that Black people in America got to do is just come together as one and not in the name of Black pain. Because it's easy.
Can I also double back on that and said a lot of things we need to do is instead of, like you say, come together, we need to also take accountability.
Right. That's second. That's first, because in order to come together, you have to be accountable. And our problem is that we believe that the slave master or the guy that got us under his authority takes care of everything, and we ain't got to take care of nothing. Like just don't worry, it'll be all right, when it's never all right. You understand? So the first thing we have to do, bro, is come together, and our people have to realize that unity is not uniformity. We don't all got to look alike, man, and be doing the same thing. We just got to be doing different stuff for the same reason. And that's when we become accountable and responsible for each other. But until then, bro, we ain't going to change nothing. And everybody going to be able to say or be dismissive of those of us that try to hold them accountable by saying, man, stop hating. Leave me alone. Let me do my own thing. You just jealous. See, that's the connotations we use now, bro, to be dismissive of being accountable. So we have to first understand that. And once we have unity, then we can enforce consequence for your failure to be accountable as a community. And that brings consciousness, bro. Because I don't know nobody that ever got their behind beat for things when we were young that didn't become conscious of what you were doing wrong. It's simplistic, man. We just have to stop letting others control and be an authority over us mentally, physically, economically, spiritually, environmentally. We have to stop that, bro, and start doing for self. And when we start doing for self, we ain't gonna need nobody else. Well, we be busy taking care of our own stuff. That's just the problem, man. So we need to get together, bro. We need to stop the bullshit because everybody else done got together and they do it in front of our face, bro. Like, just think, man. That mayor in New York City, Eric Adams, gave them people $50 million, bro, and won't give us nothing. We're homeless in the streets of New York right now, and they won't give us nothing because we have not unified for anything. So
no, that's real talk.
Yeah,
we rappers, bro. We're definitely gonna bring up, you know, that whole video and stuff. We're gonna speak on that. You know, tonight we'll probably end up going live about the mayor, and even you know, even people like 50 Cent spoke out. 50 Cent spoke out and said, "Hey, maybe we might need to rock with this person." Now, again, I want to hear what people think.
Man, we so stupid that we don't understand what's good for us, Cross. That's the first problem, bro. Like if we be united, then we can be accountable. Then we can hold consequence to those that are unaccountable. But the only way we know how to do that, bro, is under leadership. And we refuse to accept qualified leadership. We keep pursuing unqualified leadership, which only leads you to the damn cliff. And we don't have a generation, bro, yet that has been able to create a bridge to our salvation. Everyone has fell off that damn cliff because we fail to follow the proper leadership. And you got to be united to do that.
No, that's real talk. It's real talk. So that being said, man, I appreciate everybody coming on here. We will do a part 2 on that interrogation. Y'all got to hear a little bit more of that. It gets deep. I appreciate John coming on here. We probably be tapping in here maybe in an hour or so. Who knows? Y'all check, hit that notification bell, put the comments in the section. And we're just gonna talk about a lot of different stuff that's going on, you know. John, you want to say something before we get off?
True indeed. I want everybody to definitely check me out and subscribe to my new channel. It's From the Mind of Jah at YouTube. You can catch me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, across all platforms. We definitely going to be doing the intellectual exercise for civilized advancement, especially for the human family. It's not just our people that are in need. The whole human family of the planet Earth is in need, but it's our people that need it the most. So be unapologetically black 365, 24/7, and support that which is right over that which is wrong, whether it's white or black. It's always white and black. Peace.
You already know. So I appreciate y'all tapping in, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. On that note, peace.